Language Paper 1, Question 2. So we're going to look at how you can develop talking about the language and the meaning in the words that you see in the extract that you're given. We're going to look at an extract from Jamaica Inn, and the question that's been asked is, how is language used to describe the effect of the weather? So I'm going to read one of the sentences. The wind came in gusts, at times shaking the coach as it travelled round the bend of the road. If we just look at the word gusts, well, our initial meaning here is that the wind is coming forward in great sheets of powerful energy. It is the idea that there is this huge movement of the wind, and not just one gust, but consistently and with regularity, gusts. So what does that help us to understand? That there is real agitation in the weather outside of the coach, that this is potentially an extreme or stormy conditions that the coach and the people in the coach are experiencing. So we understand the type of wind it is, we understand the conditions now that are created as a result. How do we develop that? Well, we talk about the impact a little more. So we say something like, with the wind doing what it is doing, you have the inhabitants of the coach to think about and their reaction to it. They would be petrified and they would be struggling to come to terms with how safe they are with the wind doing what it is doing, particularly as it says they are travelling around the bend of the road. These are circumstances in which, even in good conditions, good weather, there would be an element of risk. But with the weather being as it is, it magnifies the risk that they are being exposed to. If we take a look at a line towards the end of the extract that was given, the wheels of the coach creaked and groaned as they sank into the ruts on the road, and sometimes they flung up the soft, spattered mud against the windows, where it mingled with the constant driving rain, and whatever view there might have been of the countryside was hopelessly obscured. So if we look at the word obscured, its meaning directly is that whatever is outside of those windows is now no longer fully visible, almost disguised, difficult to make out. So what does that help us to understand? We understand that that rain and that mud is constant so much so that no passage of time, no seconds or minutes that goes by allows them to see even a little of what is out there. Again, development. Where do we go from here? We look at the fact that if the outer area, the environment is hidden in such a way, with the conditions as they are, the wind howling and whirling around them and buffeting them, the mud up against them, darkening the windows. This again leads to the idea that the inhabitants have been put into almost a vacuum of darkness. They are enclosed and surrounded, almost suffocated by the conditions that they're in. If we look at the adverb in front, hopelessly obscured. And what we see is that all hope for the outcome of their journey has now become almost as obscured as the window itself. How certain they are that they will reach or meet their destination has now become as unlikely as the vision outside their window. I hope that helps in terms of helping you to know how to develop and move your response on.